welcome to a special Southwest Spotlight here as we highlight the Fire and Armor Bowl coming up on October 15th at Southwest High School Stadium. With me today I have Coach Robert Bruce, Southwest Legacy head football coach. How's it going, Coach?
Good. How about yourself?
Doing good, sir. Thanks for joining me today.
Not a problem. Anytime.
All right, so let's go into it. First year, right off the bat, Southwest Legacy head coach. How you feeling?
Feeling real good. Got great kids, great staff, great administration, great leadership for administration at the top with Dr. Versta, Coach Wagner and everything, and just looking forward to a great game. Awesome.
So tell me about your ties to Southwest. I know this first year Legacy football coach, but tell me, how long have you been with the district?
About 11 years. Kind of a long story. I started in '99 and I left, and I had a chance to go back to work for my high school position coach at Judson High School, Jim Rackley, so I took that position. And then I was able to come back in 2010 and work with Coach Wagner here. And then I left again because my brother got a head job at Wagner High School to help him out. And then I came back when Resnick opened up, and I started at Resnick. And when Legacy opened up, I joined Coach Tarvin's staff at Legacy.
So football was not your only coaching standpoint. Tell me about your other coaching points.
Coached soccer. Started in SWISD. I coached middle school soccer for 4 years, and I was fortunate enough to get the head job at Burbank High School for 3 years. And then I came to Southwest, and I was assistant coach 1 year, then head coach 1 year. And then I worked at Judson. I worked with soccer program. And then I came back in 2010, and I worked with the girls program with Coach Hester here at Southwest.
Well, I'm glad you found your way back here as our Southwest Legacy head football coach. All right, Coach, so the Fire and Armor Bowl, Southwest Legacy versus Southwest High School, right? So we had the Dragons versus the Titans. You started off as a Dragon, and now you're a head coach at Southwest Legacy as a Titan. Tell me about how that feels for you going from both sides of the spectrum.
Well, I feel like they are brothers. You know, it's like, you know, I love my brother, but sometimes, you know, it's a backyard brawl. And then after a game, you know, I wish them luck in all the rest of their games. But during that time, you know, I want to win. And it's competitive, and Coach Franco and his staff do a great job, and it's going to be a good competitive game. But we're brothers, but after the game, we're you know, I wish them the best, and I hope to see them down the road.
So tell me about the preparation going into the Fire and Armor Bowl. Is it just another game, or is it something a little different?
It's a lot of things going on. Kids got to really stay focused. We're gonna continue on what we do. You know, the kids know the routine. We're gonna practice. We're gonna practice hard. We're gonna do the right things, and they're gonna make sure they're in class and that kind of things like that. But it's gonna be the same preparation, but it's gonna be a lot of distractions going on because of the activities and stuff like that. I guess our main thing is make sure we don't get caught up in the activities so much and forget about the game.
Have you seen a visible change in your athletes going into this game?
Yeah, they're a little more excited because they know each other. And like I said, it's like a brotherhood, and they know a lot of guys on Southwest team, so I'm sure there'll be some talking going back and forth, you know, social media. Hopefully it's clean, though.
Of course, friendly banter as we go into
sir.
this game, right? So tell me about your first year as Legacy High School football coach. How has it been for you?
It's been fun. It's been a dream come true, something I've been going for a long time, and I was fortunate enough, Dr. Versta and Coach Wagner and Mr. Black, you know, gave me an opportunity to be the head football coach there, and looking forward to leading. Coach Tarvin did a real good job. Those are big shoes to fill. I just want to carry on the tradition that he laid down and the foundation that he laid down for Southwest Legacy.
So I know a lot of new things going on at Legacy. Southwest Legacy has a new principal with Principal Black, like you said, and then you taking over as the head football coach. Tell me about the experience going in as a brand new, maybe both of you going in there at the same time.
It's a little different. You know, Mr. Giddy was there last year. It's a little different. You know, kids different. A little different leadership. We do a couple of things different than we did last year, but the foundation of the program is still there. You know, just maybe practice a little different. After 29 years, I moved to the defense side of the ball, which has been a transition for me. So that's been I guess a difference for me at this point. But it's a great thing right now. You know, I love working for Mr. Black, former coach also. He understands some of the things that we deal with on a daily basis. It's easy to go talk to, and you know, I try to visit with him at least once a day to try to pick his brain a little bit. I told him he still had some coach left in him.
That's good. I mean, from the outside, he was a coach. Now going in and as a principal, I mean, it's probably hard to take off those shoes, right?
Yes,
so I'm glad that communication is still being had with you two going in there. That sounds like a really good thing. So tell me about something. Was it what you were expecting coming into Southwest Legacy for this Fire and Armor Bowl, or there's some things that you were like, whoa, not ready for that one?
I just think that the main thing for our kids is to stay focused. Mm-hmm. You know, I want them to enjoy themselves, and because they're young and they deserve the opportunity to have fun. But I want them to enjoy themselves, but don't forget about the game, if that makes sense. You know, we still got a game to play. You know, I want to keep that trophy in our office. So that's our goal, to make sure our kids stay focused and and stay grounded and take care of the business. Because for us, for grades, right after that game, it's a quick turnaround for our grades, so we got to make sure we stay on top of our grades and stuff.
Grades are a big part in the student-athlete life going into not just football, but they have other things they have to take care of business on, right?
Correct.
Any final words you want to say before we go into this big game?
And after the game, shake hands, be your brothers, and we wish them the best. And, I know they wish us the best. I talked to Coach Franco several times a week and, just wish them the best of luck, but not during our game.
All right, Coach. Well, I appreciate you stopping by the studio and taking some time with us. And good luck at the game.
Thank you. Anytime.
Some riveting stuff from Coach Bruce at Southwest Legacy High School. Can't wait to see what those boys do on the field. Right now, I'm about to be joined by Coach Alex Franco from Southwest High School. Coach, thanks for joining me.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Of course. So year 2 for you, right? So last year was your first year head coach at Southwest. Now it's year 2. So let's touch on that. Is it a little bit different going in with a little bit of a year experience?
Yeah, I felt last year as a first-year coach, our team was very inexperienced, and we had, some growing pains early on. And then, of course, we finished with the bang, making a deep playoff run. Well, year 2, not only am I more experienced, our staff is more experienced with, with the vision of our football team, but our team is more experienced. So, of course, you're learning every year. I talk to coaches in the offseason, help me out a lot. But our team has come in focused, and we got a veteran football team, so it has made my job a little bit easier.
All right, so you're the veteran coach now, and now we have another year 1 coach. I was just on with Coach Bruce, and he gave me a little bit of insight on him being the year 1. How do you think this is going to be different going against Coach Bruce this year compared to Coach Tarvin last year?
Well, I worked for Coach Tarvin, and I worked with a lot of those guys that were over there. Now with Coach Bruce bringing in a new staff, they are running a new scheme, offensively and defensively. But I'll tell you one thing, I worked a year with Coach Bruce. He's been in the business a long time. He's actually one of my mentors that I go to. He's going to have them ready, and it's going to be a challenge. He's going to have the Titans prepared.
Now we go into the regular game versus the bowl game. How different is the bowl game compared to the regular game?
Well, us, the coaches in the coaching world, we say it's just another game. We prep the same and we do the same, but it's not the same. We understand that we're going to have a bigger crowd. Our kids are a little bit, you can tell they're a little bit distracted. It's exciting. We already know, we've, being in this, Fire Armor Bowl, and I've been blessed to be here since the very first one. We know that the feeling after this game, whether you win or lose, is going to be a little bit different. So, people will tell you that it's the same prep, and on paper it is the same prep. We watch the same film, but it just means a little bit different to you.
And you said that you have more of a veteran team going in this year. So is the preparation different for them as well now that they have a year under their belt?
Oh, absolutely. Our success on the field, is predicated on what we do. But, we spent so much time last year just, every week just trying to get better on fundamentals. And a lot of the times we do have that now. We are really able to gear our game plan towards our opponent. We're off to a much better start. We've had some success early on. And that's why, because our kids can focus on, a week in and week out and working on specific things that will make us a better football team.
The last few games have been some nail biters. We have some last-second wins versus an overtime win in the past. So this game, I'd like to kind of throw the analytics out the window, right? So everybody jumps into this with a lot more aggression and a lot more passion. Do you think that plays a factor being a bowl game?
Oh, absolutely. You take it back a couple of years ago, we played here at home. On paper, some people say maybe we were the better team. We actually jumped out to a 14-0 lead on those guys, and they just kept on fighting. And, they ended up beating us in overtime. And then you go back to last year in the Alamo Dome, again, on paper, they were probably the better team. And, again, we got a little bit ahead of them. And then they ended up, scoring on, I believe, 37 seconds to go. So I can tell you one thing. When the Titans and Dragons play, it's going to be a 4-quarter game. Throw the scoreboard out for all 4 quarters. Those kids just, they play extremely hard. There's a lot of pride on the line. So, it's going to be a close ball game. It's going to be a great atmosphere, and both teams are going to compete to the very last second.
So going in from last year to this year, is there anything that you realized last year that you really put into play this year going in as a second-year coach?
Yeah, well, you gotta maximize your strengths and don't try to be somebody you're not. I thought early on, we're trying to do this and that, and now we just focus on what the strength of our football team, and really capitalize on who we are, and maximize our potential, and then go from there.
Well, Coach, any final words before this big game?
Well, we're expecting a big crowd. I'm excited to see everybody out there. I expect to see, the Titans stands full, the Dragons stands full, a lot of, positivity, a lot of school spirit. It's a great showcase for Southwest ISD. It's a great showcase that all the, what the school district does for us. And I look forward to a great football game. Have a lot of respect for those guys over there. And, we work together really well. But for one day, we just want to beat them. Go Dragons.
Awesome, sir. Well, I appreciate you taking the time and joining us on this interview, and we're looking forward to see you out on the field.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us on this special Southwest Spotlight for the Fire and Armor Bowl. Make sure you join us Friday, October 15th at Southwest Stadium. Also, make sure you join us for FanFest the same day on that soccer field right across from Southwest Stadium at 5.